Hello everyone, welcome back to Red Devils TV. So obviously last night was a pretty disappointing result. Manchester United won, PSG 3. I could not watch that game because I had an exam today. So yeah, it's a bit unfortunate, but yeah, it was a disappointing result today. Yesterday, from like I couldn't really give my thoughts. So I'll just give my thoughts really quickly. I think that I think it was a disappointing result yesterday. I don't really think we didn't deserve to win. I think it should have been a draw. I think because I like what I it's a bit like this Sevilla game, and that's just the thing is that Bruno yesterday Bruno was isolated. The thing is that like have you realized whenever Bruno plays bad, our team usually plays bad. Against Istanbul, Arsenal, Crystal Palace, Bruno played bad, and the whole team played bad, and that's not good enough. And I'm not discrediting Bruno at all. Fantastic player, best player, and a leader, but we need someone to step up. Look at Liverpool. If Henderson has a bad game, Van Dijk steps up. If Salah has a bad game, Mane steps up. They have players Liverpool have players they have so many good players that if some players perform bad, other players step up and perform to cover for them. But we don't have anyone who can cover for Bruno's bad performance. I think Scott McTominay. I'm not really a big fan of him, but from what I heard, he had an okay game. Fred, from what I heard, had a bad game, but apparently he performed okay, but he got a red card obviously, and he will miss our Leipzig game, which is a bit unfortunate. Maguire, Lindelof, that's cost us again. It
That
cost
game
us
was
the
shit,
Sophia
bro.
game.
So
Maguire, Lindelof, and Bruno. I don't really actually blame Bruno because the thing is that what can Bruno realistically do? We're up against PSG, a Champions League finalist, and we have two midfield players who have no creativity. So how can Bruno and we couldn't get Bruno on the ball because he
bro,
was
we had a
completely
lot of
because
chances to put the game to the bit, to kill off the game. We should have been
yeah,
like 3-1 up.
yeah. Tellez, I think, had a okay game. Ambasaka, from what I've heard, he actually had a good game actually. Got the assist and he dealt with Neymar and Mbappe reasonably well considering who he was up against. De Gea was good. The first goal, I watched your video obviously. Apparently you blamed De Gea for the first goal. I actually saw the goal and I actually blame McTominay because for me McTominay he should win the second ball and he should block the shot before it actually goes in and obviously and you also have to remember that shot is Neymar. Neymar hit that shot, so like it obviously like De Gea. I mean, he could do better, but like if Henderson was in goal, he wouldn't have saved that either.
Yeah.
So yeah. Um, Rashford might have a match yesterday. He's been good. He in the Champions League. He's been good. Right now, he's tied with Erling Braut Haaland and Alvaro Morata as the top goal scorer in the Champions League. Let's hope he can carry that into the Leipzig game because now that's a must-win game. Like a draw. Like some people think that a draw would be good, but that's not good because if we draw the game, fine, we go through, but we don't top our group. We need to top our group because if we don't top our group, we can easily get a hard opponent in the round of 16 and get knocked out. So that's a must-win game. West Ham is also a must-win game now because if we draw or lose against West Ham, we won't have any momentum for the Leipzig game. Anyways, obviously the West Ham game is yeah. I'll just talk about Martial and Cavani real quickly. Cavani solid performance yesterday. Well, didn't really do that much. Obviously, hit a post with that chip, but yeah. Apart from that, he didn't really do anything that much that game. A bit like Martial last season, he puts a lot of work into the game, but he doesn't really get anything out of it. Martial, poor game. I don't know what's gone wrong with Martial. I think he just needs a confidence boost. But he got a confidence boost actually because he got the goals versus Istanbul and Leipzig. Leipzig he got a penalty and Istanbul he got that header. So I don't really. I mean, like, yeah, he might need a goal a goal for a boost of confidence, but he's already had that. Like, how much more of that do you need? Um, so yeah, now we're obviously here to preview the West Ham versus Manchester United game. Yeah, Slav, give your thoughts.
I think we should play. If we play, we shouldn't play Fred. We should play like Scott, Bruno, and Donny. If we're gonna play the midfield for the Leipzig game, we should just play the midfield against West Ham. Cause like I don't think Scott and Donny has played together in the more defensive role. So I think it will be a good game for them to like gel together.
Yeah, but the thing is that Fred, he's a very important player for us, and if you don't play Fred for 2 games, he might lose some match fitness, and that's crucial. But I guess you can do that. Like as long as you could bring on Fred in the 60 or 70th minute, and yeah, I guess that could work. For Leipzig, our midfield is going to have to be Donny, Bruno, and McTominay or Matic. One thing I really don't hope. I really hope Ollie doesn't go defensive for that game because he might go Bruno, Matic, and McTominay, and I would
Yeah.
not like that at all. And Upamecano is suspended for the for the Leipzig game. He was suspended for the same reason as Tuanzebe. For those of you who don't know, if you get 3 yellow cards in a Champions League, you are suspended for the next game. That's why Tuanzebe was not available yesterday, and that's why Upamecano will not be available when we play against them. So that gives us an advantage, of course. But we also don't have Fred, so things are evened out. If I were Ollie, like the thing is that it's just we don't have a leader because the thing is that Bruno, we don't really have we have some leaders, we don't have enough leaders because Bruno had a bad game, so he can't really step up. I'm sure in the dressing room Bruno was shouting, but he knows like Bruno can't really talk big because he didn't have a good performance. Like we need more leaders because Maguire is not a proper leader. I only think we only have about 3 or 4 leaders when most title winning sides have about 7 or 8. So yeah, we need to improve on that massively. Um, so against Leipzig, so yeah, West Ham, they have been good recently. They obviously beat Aston Villa. It actually isn't as impressive as people seem it is. I actually watched the highlights, and Ollie Watkins, Aston Villa, they actually missed a penalty, and they also had a goal disallowed for offside. And Aston Villa were actually dominating the game for more. Were actually dominating the game much more than West Ham. So I'm not discrediting West Ham, but it's still a pretty good side. But it's just that win against Aston Villa isn't as impressive as it looks like it is. But yeah, still very dangerous opponents. Obviously, some of the players that we need to watch out for from them. They have Cresswell, who's a good centre back who has a bit of pace. They also have Michael Antonio, who is good in the air, but Maguire should be able to take care of that.
We should play Maguire and
Masaku,
Tuanzebe.
Maguire and Hanzebe. I don't think he'll do that though. Maguire and Lindelof, but like Maguire and Lindelof, they're usable in this game because Antonio isn't particularly quick, so they're usable in this game. And to be fair, they're also usable against Leipzig because Leipzig don't really have any very quick players for going forward. Yeah, but if I were Ollie, I would just tell the forwards to run at Leipzig's defense um, because Upamecano is out. Konate, I don't actually know who they would play instead of Upamecano, but Konate would be one player. Obviously, he's a good player. I would we would actually mention to him. We were linked. Manchester United were linked to him before we were heavily linked to Upamecano, but now that's gone for some reason. So back to the West Ham game. They have some decent players. I mean, they have Mark Noble, Lanzini, who's a decent creator. Bowen, obviously the best player and their most well-known player is Declan Rice, who is probably top 5 CDMs in the league at the moment. So he will obviously be a player we need to watch out for. We don't really have a good record against West Ham. Obviously, last time we faced them, we drew against them. But hey, last time we faced Southampton, we drew against them, and look what happened. So let's see. Um, so yeah, but yeah, like this Leipzig game is actually killing me because I have exams at Leipzig game, but I think I'll stay up. I'm gonna stay up for that game. I don't care. I'm gonna stay up for that game. I don't care. I can't sleep knowing that I just can't. No, I'm watching that game. For Manchester United. Um, so smash a like on the video if you agree with me staying up for Leipzig. Um, um, so yeah, let's just check out some other fixtures in the weekend in the Premier League that might be interesting. Burnley versus Everton, not interesting. City versus Fulham, not really interesting. What else is there? Leipzig. There's okay. Oh yeah, there's Chelsea versus Leeds United. So give us your thoughts on that game. Chelsea versus Leeds.
I think Leeds. It will be a tight game, but feel that Chelsea has like more quality and like they'll bring Leeds down. They have way too much good players. I
Yeah,
think it'll be 2-1 Chelsea.
yeah, agreed. Um, and obviously the North London derby, which is the main highlight of the weekend. What are your thoughts on that?
Arsenal's getting trashed.
Obviously, as United fans, we do want that, but let's see. And Liverpool versus Wolves, because give us your thoughts on that game.
Obviously Wolves have lost Jimenez to the head injury, and yeah, it shouldn't be a problem for Liverpool, I think.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. That's true. So yeah, well, one thing. Here's a fun fact for you. We are the only team who is not guaranteed to go through a knockout stage out of all the English teams. Because Chelsea are guaranteed to go through. Somehow Giroud has scored four in the Champions League match.
Yeah.
What am I in? Um, um, uh, Usman Dembele has scored a brace in the Champions League. Like, what's going on? This is a mad. This is like it's pretty much everything. Pretty much every football fan in the world is happy apart from United fans in the Champions League at the moment. Liverpool got a 1-0 victory over Ajax, so they didn't particularly play well. And can I just shout out Istanbul? Because like just hats off to them because
4-3
Leipzig did
Leipzig. Oh my god.
4-3 and Leipzig barely won it at the end in the 92nd minute. So I mean that gives us a little bit of hope because if they somehow manage to beat PSG, then we're guaranteed to go through. But that probably won't happen. Let's be honest. And we shouldn't rely on other teams to beat other teams for us to go through. We should rely on our performances, not others. Um, Group B, the Inter Milan and Real Madrid group, that's looking very, very interesting right now. Inter Madrid will probably go to the Europa League, and that's pretty shocking, especially because Inter have such a good squad, and Madrid obviously they never end up in Europa League. They're always in Champions League race, no matter what. So that's very interesting. Um, let's talk about some of the next Premier League fixtures we have. Let's talk about, yeah, so next, after the Leipzig game, which will hopefully end in us going through, we have Manchester City. So yeah, what are your thoughts on the Manchester Derby that will be played next week?
I mean, Oli scored Pep 3 times last season. Um,
Well,
it'll
he's well,
definitely be a
well, he
tight
scored
game.
he scored Lampard 3 times last season, and we got a draw. So
It'll be a tight game. Oli will definitely play defensive and try to counter again. It's predictable, his tactics now against City.
okay, yeah. Do you actually blame Oli for yesterday's performance? For yesterday's loss.
I feel that we actually played well enough to win the game if the ref wasn't a joke. Like Fred's second yellow was never a yellow. He got the ball clearly, and VAR did nothing about it. It's obviously
Yeah.
he got the ball before the man first. Like yeah.
Yeah, but after that red card, the game was pretty much over, wasn't it? Because we were 2-1 down and we just lost a player. So we were always gonna concede another goal because if Oli wanted to go on the offensive, we were always gonna concede another goal, which
Maguire
we
was
did.
playing in the final third for the last like 10 minutes. I saw him a lot in the final third. I have no idea what he was doing there. Like
Did he do anything?
when they scored the third goal, we had no defense at all. Oh.
Disappointing. It's just that it's so frustrating because like you know what it's like. We're kind of like Liverpool in the 2013-2014 season. Liverpool used to outscore teams every week, in order to beat them, but they were never going to win the league because of their bad defense. But up until like after they got to a Champions League final in 2017-2018, when they lost to Real Madrid, they invested 150 million on the defense, and then they became title challengers. So we need to do that. We need another center. We don't even need that much. Liverpool needed another keeper and another centre back. We just need another centre back. We need Upamecano, Alaba. Just like Maguire and Lindelof as individual players can work with other partnerships, but them as a partnership cannot work. They are too similar, and it's just and yeah, it's just and Maguire also has that pressure of the captaincy, but Oli isn't going to remove the captaincy on him because he's too scared of the risk that we might come. Because for all we know, Maguire could be finished if he removed the captaincy because of his confidence. Do you think yesterday's Ollie's made a team selection? Do you think yesterday's Ollie's team selection was correct? Do you agree with that?
Like when I first saw the team, I wasn't really very angry. I could understand why he dropped Donny for like two defensive midfielders. Obviously, against PSG, we need to defend more. So yeah, it was okay for me dropping Donny.
Yeah, and some people complain Ollie out is trending on Twitter, so that's never a good sign. I don't even know why, because like Ollie isn't really at fault. I mean, yeah, we might have got him back into the game, but you can't blame Ollie for Martial missing a sitter and for our defense costing us the game. Um, uh, yeah, it's just Rashford's goal. Obviously, I saw that. I was a bit happy with the Rashford goal because he's my favorite player, and he also has. And now he has a bit of momentum going into the West Ham game, um, which is nice. But yeah, pretty much, I think Rashford and Cavani are probably the only two, and maybe Wan-Bissaka and maybe De Gea. Those are probably the only four players who can be okay, who could be happy with their performances yesterday. But everyone else was either bad or just not good. Um, so yeah, West Ham game. What's your score prediction for that?
2-0 United.
Good United. I don't really know what I'm gonna go with. I don't really think I'll actually make a prediction because just yeah. After the Man City game, we actually have Sheffield United. I mean, not really much in that, but just give us a
Yeah,
toss
they're
on that.
getting relegated.
Yeah, Dean Henderson was a huge loss for them. I don't like, yeah. Dean Henderson was an absolute massive loss for them. And they actually have some decent players, but so I don't know why they're struggling so much. Um, uh, so right now, if we actually, right now it's West Ham are actually in that bad form. They drew against Man City, which they deserve to do. They gave Liverpool a tough fight. They have a good record against the big six. So that is something to watch out for.
Yeah, but we
Obviously,
are playing away, so last 8
yeah.
away games have been all wins.
Yeah.
But they
In
have
the
the
in the Premier
2,000
League,
fans though.
not
Yeah.
in all competitions because we lost to Istanbul away. Um, Leipzig is also away. Like I don't even know how to feel about the away or home in the Champions League because at home we beat PSG 5-0,
We beat Leipzig 5.
but yeah, like it's so like the home and away form is so mixed in the Champions League. Because at home we beat Leipzig but lost to PSG, but away we lost to Istanbul but beat PSG. It's like so mixed. Um, at home we also beat Istanbul, so yeah. I do think for the Leipzig game, I do think Oli will go all out. I think he will try to attack Leipzig because he has no reason not to. Oli, did you think Oli tried to attack PSG yesterday?
He played. Second half we certainly did. First half we started off really badly. We conceded the goal, and then we got more possession after that.
So it was kind of like all the other matches. Like we tried to counter attack for the first half or first
Yeah.
16 minutes, and then we tried to attack them. So that was the game plan. Okay, yeah. So I didn't actually watch the game, of course. So who was at fault for all of the three goals that we conceded?
Oh what? Sorry.
Yeah, who was at fault for all the three goals we conceded? Like, yeah.
First goal, Mbappe skipped past McTominay way too easily.
But he's in
Second
Mbappe, so
second goal, when Herrera I think was gonna take the shot. I think both Maguire and Lindelof ran after the ball. Then when it deflected off and went to the guy, I don't know how to pronounce his name. Like it
Marquinhos.
was only Cavani, McTominay, and someone else at the. So like our defender, some goal we were just trying to attack the game. So I don't really think there's much point talking about that.
Third goal. Obviously, no one was really at fault because it was a sitter from Neymar. But Martial, man, I'm not even 100% sure Martial could score right now. That's how bad his form is right now. Like I don't know what's happened with Martial. He needs a goal for confidence, but He's already had those. Like, how many goals do you need for confidence? Like, I just think something's going on with Martial. Maybe he's not happy with playing left wing. Maybe he's uncomfortable with competition. But I just think something's going on with Martial. Yeah. So lastly, how do you think we will line up against West Ham? Like, not how you want to. How do you think we'll line up?
4-2-3-1. Like we'll definitely line up 4-2-3-1. If we played a back four yesterday, I don't see why Oli would like play a back five or change it to a diamond against West Ham.
I mean, he might change it to a diamond because because he changed it against Southampton. Because what Oli likes to do, he likes to change the systems a lot because he tries to. The thing I don't really like about Oli is that sometimes he tries to be too clever sometimes, and sometimes when he takes risks unnecessarily. Like he took risk against Arsenal when he put Fred at CDM and McTominay at right centre midfielder. If that worked, it would have been a masterclass. But if it failed, it would have been a disaster class. It was a disaster class. So the thing I don't really like about Oli is that I'm Olian, of course, but sometimes he just makes unnecessary risks. And I mean, a lot of the times they do come off well, but sometimes they do not come off so well. And yeah, yesterday, so like, yes, are you happy that Oli did not play a back five yesterday?
I don't think he could have played a back five without Shaw. So yeah.
But in the preview, everyone said that play a back five. So I don't
Yeah.
know.
And yesterday during halftime, Phoenix was Oli in. He became
He
Oli
was.
in. Yeah. So
That's
I
how
don't know
that's
whether
how
he
good
was
he played.
trolling or what, but he became Oli in.
Okay, I have to talk to him if he's Oli in or not. Okay, yeah. So, anyways, guys, that's all for today's video. If you enjoyed, please give the video a like, subscribe, turn on post notifications to be notified when we upload our next video. Hopefully, we can get a victory against West Ham and Leipzig. So yeah, see ya.
Bye.